Spread the Wellness. Sponsored by California Department of Healthcare Access and Information.
KFBK Sacramento, KFBK FM, all times.
Local news, breaking news, traffic, and weather. KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio.
From ABC News, I'm Chuck Stevenson. Hours before a scheduled 4-day pause in the Gaza fighting, more air attacks by these Israeli jets. In exchange for 50 women and children, Israel is expected to release about 150 Palestinian women and children held in detention. Israeli officials say they have a list of who will be released and are notifying families. Ruby Chen's son is one of the captives who isn't on the list.
All of its action should be focused on that goal. How do I get as many hostages out as soon as possible? If that requires less press conferences, less talking, more doing, that should be the way that the government operates.
3 young children were among 5 people injured in a knife attack in central Dublin today. Police say they have not ruled out any motive. The attack led to violence between riot police and a group of anti-immigrant protesters. Some food banks across the U.S. say they're experiencing an increase in demand following the end of pandemic-era SNAP benefits, an increase in inflation, and other regional factors. Some critics call for politicians to lower the temperature, but generally they don't physically mean this.
President Biden took part in a chilly family tradition on this Thanksgiving holiday. According to a post by his granddaughter Naomi on X, the social media platform formerly known as Twitter, the president joined his grandchildren for the annual Biden family polar bear plunge, a dip in the frigid waters off Nantucket. That's the island off Massachusetts where the Bidens are spending the holiday. The picture shows the president, his grandchildren, his son Hunter, and Naomi's husband Peter wrapped in striped towels in front of bright blue water and a blue sky. The water temperature off Nantucket, about 50 degrees. Karen Travers, ABC News, Washington.
Philadelphia has America's first and oldest Thanksgiving parade. Floats, balloons, and bands like the King Philip Regional Marching Band from New Jersey. You're listening to ABC News.
From California's capital city, now trending on KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio.
More resources are on the way to help California recover from Tropical Storm Hillary. President Biden approving federal aid yesterday for 5 counties, Imperial, Inyo, Kern, Riverside, and Siskiyou. This is due to rain, wind, flooding, and mudslides that began in August. 2 San Jose parents are accused of killing their own baby. They've been charged with murder after the 18-month-old girl died in August with fentanyl and meth in her system. It's the first case of its kind for the Santa Clara County District Attorney. And things are back to normal now, but holiday drivers had a nightmare before Thanksgiving Wednesday. A big rig crash on northbound Interstate 5 near the Grapevine caused a major backup. The truck carrying 15-foot metal poles lost its load, blocking all lanes. The far 2 right lanes were closed for debris cleanup, leading to a 30-mile traffic backup, as seen on Caltrans cameras. That's a quick look at the latest news. I'm John Bernizzi from the iHeartRadio Newsroom.
Now, Sacramento traffic.
A 2-car accident blocking the Auburn Boulevard on-ramp to the southbound Cap City Freeway. Also a hit-and-run clearing from Marconi Avenue at its intersection with Darwin Street. Eastbound 80 still a bit heavy from Richards Boulevard over the Yolo Causeway. High wind advisories issued for the Yolo Causeway and the Bright Bend Bridge. Traffic every 10 minutes, mornings and afternoons on KFBK News Radio, 93.1 FM, 1530 AM.
Now, Sacramento weather.
Wind advisory remains in effect through early tomorrow afternoon. For tonight, clear skies, a nighttime low of 42 to 46. Plenty of sunshine tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll see a high of 63 to 67. Saturday, plenty of sun. Saturday's high 64 to 68. I'm AccuWeather's Drew Shannon on KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio.
The holiday buyback event is here with Northwest Exteriors. Christina here. For every window you replace, Northwest Exteriors is buying your old windows back for $109 each. New energy-efficient windows can save you up to 30% on your utility bills and add curb appeal and keep the cold air out as the season changes. In addition to paying you for your old windows, Northwest Exteriors is donating $20 per window to the Warrior Foundation Freedom Station. They honor and support military men and women. Northwest Exteriors offers free estimates, so save money this holiday season and help donate to a great cause with the Holiday Buyback Event. 888-TRUST-NW. That's 888-TRUST-NW. Or visit trustnorthwest.com.
very illegal
What's
that
for dinner? Burgers?
person
After
did.
last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use a symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Let's go. The free iHeartRadio app is your home for the holidays. Open the app and click on the holiday banner, or search iHeart Holiday and start listening to your local holiday stations. Plus stations playing all kinds of holiday music, Christmas classics, Christmas jazz, country, R&B, tons of playlists, even podcasts. Our gift to you, the perfect holiday soundtrack. Join the millions of listeners on the iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good. KFBK Holiday Weekend.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, Mr. Turkey, your working days are done. It's Thanksgiving, the table's set for fun. As we count our blessings one by one. Happy holiday, Thanksgiving holiday, from all of us to you.
From KFBK News Radio.
The following program was produced at the ABC Studios. Thanks to our partners at Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser powers through tough messes, so it makes you look like you spent hours cleaning, even though you didn't.
It's Let's Eat, a special presentation from ABC News Radio. Here's your host, Daria Albinger.
Happy Thanksgiving. We're about to sit down to a multi-course feast on all things food. Coming up, we'll spend some time at Elizabeth Poet's picturesque farm in San Julian, California. Then, beer made from bread. We'll take you to a different kind of brewery, and we'll learn how the turkey became the star of our Thanksgiving meal. But first, did you know that hospitality is woven into American history? Many of the events that shaped our nation were planned at, and in some cases, took place at an inn or a tavern, and many of them are still in business. France's Tavern may have opened its doors about a century after the Wayside Inn and the White Horse Tavern. We'll talk more about them in just a moment. But France's Tavern's connection to history may be even more important. So let's go back to the year 1762.
It's the oldest family structure in New York. It was built in 1719, originally as a mansion owned by the Delancey family, as in Delancey Street. In 1762, a man called Samuel Francis bought the mansion for £2,000 and opened up a tavern here.
Eddie Travers is the current owner of France's Tavern, and over a lunch of chicken pot pie, sticky toffee pudding, and a pineapple rum punch, all dishes that you might have had during colonial times, Travers told me how, in its early years, the tavern served as a headquarters for George Washington, a venue for peace negotiations with the British, and housed federal offices in the early republic. But it's what happened on December 4th, 1783, that cemented France's Tavern as an indelible part of American history, when it hosted an elaborate turtle feast dinner in the building's long room for a very important guest, George Washington.
After the war was over, this is where George Washington gave his farewell address to his generals, and I guess he picked here because he spent a lot of time here, with the Sons of the Revolution. This is where they used to have their secret meetings when they were plotting against the British, and he became a very good friend of Samuel Francis.
It was a celebration, but Travers says it didn't last.
Oh.
There was a fire here 200 years ago. You can actually still see the charring on